my first fall makeup tutorial, which I'm so excited about because I seriously love fall makeup more than any other time of the year. I love bright lips and stuff, but a dark lip and a smoky eye is seriously my favorite kind of makeup, and I love watching these tutorials. I've seen some of my favorite YouTubers lately start posting their fall tutorials, so I was like, yes, let's go ahead and film a fall tutorial. I'm so excited. This is a super dark lip, so this is a very dramatic look. I know that this isn't going to be for every day, or it might be for every day. I mean, I would wear this every day personally, but this could be really pretty for like a fall formal dance, a homecoming, something where you're really dressing up and you really want your makeup to be full on glam, or even just a date night or something like that where you really want to go all out with your makeup. Since this is a pretty glamorous look, I think that it would be perfect for that. I did film this as a talk through instead of doing a voiceover just because I really miss talking to you all and miss making my videos a little bit more personal. So I did film this as a talk through, and I just talked through all the steps of me doing my makeup, so this video might be a little bit longer. And just let me know down below if you would rather the videos be a little bit longer and me actually be talking to you, or would you rather them be a little bit shorter and me do a voiceover over the entire video, because I can do whichever. It's just whichever one you guys want to see. So just let me know. I'm kind of trying to mix these in because I know my last few makeup tutorials have all been voiceovers. But I just wanted to talk to you guys today and film this really pretty fall makeup tutorial. So I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to go ahead and show you all how I got this makeup look. Okay, so I've already did my foundation and my eyebrows. For foundation, I wanted to do something pretty full coverage. So I used my Revlon Color Stay in the whipped version. And I'm in the same color in this as the regular, which is Sand Beige 200. And I really like this one. It's super full coverage, so that's what I have on for foundation. And then for eyebrows, I just did my usual. I filled them in with the Salon Perfect Brow Pomade in dark brown, and this is from Walmart. And I've also already done this eye, as you can see. So this is the look we're going for. It's a very warm, kind of matte on this side, and then I want to bring some lightness into the inner corner, and just really pretty warm fall autumn look. And I think it'll be really pretty with the dark lip color that I'm going to choose. So I've already done this side, and I'm going to zoom you guys in just a little bit to show you how I achieved it on this side. Okay, so the first thing that I'm using is an eyeshadow base, and this is the Jordana 12 Hour Made to Last eyeshadow pencil. I don't know if this is gonna... And I'm just going to put that all over my eyelid and then blend it in. Okay, so the main place that I'm getting my eyeshadows from are from this new palette, and this is the Anastasia Shadow Couture World Traveler palette. The packaging is absolutely gorgeous on this. I love the black and gold. And then when you open it up, you have a really good selection of both neutral and some different pops of color. I think it's a really pretty selection. I'm mostly going to be using the colors Morocco, Fudge, this peach color, and this color right here, and a little bit of the purple. But it's a really pretty selection, and I've really been enjoying that. So the first color that I'm going to go in with is this really pale peach color right here. It is called Soft Peach. And you would think that would be a highlight, but on me, it actually does build up to be a pretty good transition color. Using my Sigma Taper blending brush, I'm going to take that and just buff that into the crease and up a little ways so that everything blends a little bit easier. Okay, so after you have that transition color buffed in, I'm going to go in with the crease color, and my first crease color is this really pretty burnt orange shade. This is my favorite shade in the entire palette. It's called Morocco. And I'm going to be taking that on a smaller tapered brush, and this is actually a drugstore one. It's from LA Colors. It's called the Professional Eyeshadow Blender, and I want to show you in comparison to the blending one that I used. It is a lot smaller and a little bit more tapered, so it's really good for being more precise. I'm going to take that Morocco color and I'm going to keep that a little bit lower in the crease, but I'm not going to be very sparing with this. I'm going to apply a pretty good amount of it and making it a little bit darker on the outer corner and a little bit lighter towards the inner corner. So I just tilt my head back to see where that socket is, and then I'm going to start putting that into the actual crease. And like I said, I'm keeping it a little bit lighter towards the inner part and a little bit more pigmented on the outer part. So I'm basically just laying it down with that brush, and then I'm going to go back in with the tapered blending brush and blend out all of the edges of that color. I want this look to be pretty blown out, so I'm going to take that same brush with what's left of the Morocco color on it. I'm not going to dip back in, and I'm just going to extend that up a little bit more just so that it matches the shape of this eye, which is a more blown out past my eyebrow look. So I'm just taking that really lightly, holding that at the tip of my brush and kind of bringing it out a little bit. And once I get that how I want it, I'll of course blend over the edges of that again. Then we're going to go in and darken that up, and I'm using the double-ended brush that comes with this palette. One end is a little bit more fluffy, and then the other end is like a more small type of precise brush. I'm just going to use this fluffy end, and I'm going to go in with the color Fudge, this dark chocolate brown here. And we're mostly going to keep that on the outer corner of the eye. We don't want to bring that too far into the crease, and you don't want to cover up too much of the Morocco shade. So I'm just going to stamp that right here, and then start diffusing it into the outer part of the crease. And I'm trying to follow that same shape, bring it a little more upwards. Next, I'm going to go back in with the taper blending brush and just blend out all the edges. Then after I get that color how I want it, I'm going back in with the brush that had Morocco on it, still not picking up any more product, but just kind of going up around the border of that so that that color peeks out a little bit more. Okay, next I'm going to go in and highlight my brow bone. This is actually not a color from this palette, but I'm just going to use a like peachy pale cream, milky cream color. This one is called Peach. It's by Jordana, but you'll see that it's just a matte like cream shade, and that's something that this palette actually doesn't have. So I'm going to use that and a shader lid brush from Sigma, just something kind of small. I'm going to go into that and just highlight underneath my brow bone. Now I'm going to use a lid like packing on shadow brush. It's more of a flat but a little bit more full than the other one, and I'm going to use the color Bellini right here. It's like a shimmery peach color, and I'm going to pack that all over the inner part of my eyelid. But I don't want to overlap that with the brown. I don't want to take away that intensity. I'm just keeping it from about right here in. It's not like a super shimmery shade, so it's not going to be like way too much, and it still gives a pretty nice contrast to the really shiny inner corner. So once I put that on there, I'm just going to buff over it, and then I'm going to do the inner corner, and for that I wanted it to be really bright, and you'll see how shiny this one is. I wanted it to stand out. I'm using a ColourPop shadow, and this one's in the shade Plunge, and you will see that I've hit pan on this, which is kind of a little bit sad. But I'm just going to use that, and I'm just going to take my ring finger, swirl it in there, and kind of place it in, and then I'll blend it with a brush. So then I'm going to go right back in with that same brush that we used to highlight under the brow, and I'm just going to kind of blend over that a little bit so that it doesn't have any harsh lines. Okay, now that we're basically done with all the eyeshadow on the upper part of our eyelid, I'm going to go in and do a pretty bold cat eye look with the eyeliner. And for that, I'm using my Milani Eye-Tech Liquid Liner pen. This one's really nice for being precise, and it's actually super easy. So I'm first going to go in and just draw my wing. And kind of match it up with the other side. And then I'm going to take, and I've been doing my winged eyeliner a little bit differently. I'm just going to go down from here and meet it with my eyelash line instead of like filling it in and making it thicker. And then I'm just going to fill that little shape in. Then I'm going to also go in and fix it on my upper lash line just to match the other side. I'm keeping it pretty thin in the inner corner and then making it thicker as it goes to the outer corner. Okay, so once I get that winged eyeliner exactly how I want it, I'm going to move on and do the lower lash line. And for the lower lash line, I wanted to use a little bit of purple. So we're going to go in with this purple color, and I think it's pronounced Heirloom. I'm not exactly sure, but it's just a really pretty dark purple color. And we're going to use that same double-sided brush, but we're going to use the more precise side. And I'm going to go into that just pretty lightly, and I'm going to take it about half the way in on my lower lash line and keep it kind of close to the lashes. So then I'm just going to go in with the more fluffy part, and I'm going to go in with a little bit of a mixture of Morocco and Fudge, which were the two colors that we used on the upper part, and I'm just going to blend over that. And then going to go in with my taper blending brush again with no extra product on it and just blend all of that together. So that's it for the eye makeup, and that's everything besides mascara, but I'm going to zoom out and show you all the rest of the face and then go back in and apply my mascara last. The first bronzer that I'm using is this one from Physicians Formula, and these are like the ones in the like really pretty velvet box. I'm not sure what the exact name is, but I'm pretty sure this was in the light color. And I'm just going to use that first all over my skin with that same powder brush that we just used to set the face. And this is not going to be contouring or anything like that. This is just literally to bring some life back into the face after all that powder. I am putting it in the places where I would normally like contour and stuff like that, but it's just to be a good base for the rest of the bronzer and the contour colors. So after I've used that lighter color bronzer, I'm going in with my favorite bronzer, the NYC Smooth Skin and Sunny, and it's just a really good matte bronzer, and it's from the drugstore, so it's super affordable. I'm using my e.l.f. complexion brush just to dust this all over my face, and I'm going to be putting this in the areas where I plan to contour, but I'm going to be diffusing it a little bit more than a contour shade. So I'm first going to do up around my hairline. I also bring that down on my temples just to blend it in with the contour underneath my cheekbones. So now that I put that on my forehead, you'll see just how much of a difference that really makes, and it makes me not look like a ghost. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this on that same brush and put it under my cheekbones, but I am actually going to squeeze that just to get a little more precise application right now. Even though I'm not contouring with this yet, I just want to not drag it too far down so that it doesn't start looking muddy. So I'm just kind of buffing that right there. And I'm going to keep it closer towards the outer part of my face. I'm also going to take this under my jawline and under my chin. And I also blend that down onto my neck just to kind of blend my face makeup with this really full face of makeup. Then to actually contour, I want to go in with this NYX blush in the shade Taupe, and you can see that I have used a pretty good amount of this stuff, and I'm going to be using that with my Real Techniques contour brush, and it's just a little bit smaller and more precise, so I'm just dipping into that, and I'm going to keep it from like the outer part of my eyebrow back. I'm going to keep this really far towards my hairline. I don't want it to go towards the center of my face too far at all. But I'm just going to put that right there in that contour area. I'm not really going to take this up around the hairline or anywhere. Just under my cheekbones, and I'm also going to contour with my nose with this color. And I want to say I'm not blending this just yet. I'm just putting it on right now, and then I will blend it with a little bit of a larger brush. Then I'm going to use a smaller brush, and this is just a little synthetic angled brush, using that same taupe color, and I'm going to contour my nose. And I just do basically 2 lines down the natural part where my nose has a shadow, just to add to the shadow of that, and then I also bring it up and meet it with my eyeshadow right there. Okay, and just to show you, once again, you'll see that it already has like a natural shadow right there. So I don't really do anything funky. I just kind of go right down the natural shadow of my nose. And then also bring it right up in the inner corner there. I'll also take a little bit of this taupe color, just right there, just to make your lip look a little bit more plump and pouty, since we are doing a really dark lip color with this. Then I'm going to go back in with that powder brush, the large Estee Lauder one, and just go over this part where we put that contouring color. And then, I know this is a lot of steps, I then go in with this beauty sponge and I go into that pressed powder, or you could use the e.l.f. one. And I'm just going to put that right there underneath the contour and let that area bake. This is really going to sharpen that up. Like I said, these are not everyday steps by any means, unless you want to do this every day, which is totally fine, because I do sometimes just to go to the grocery store. But, I don't know. I just think this makes it look really pretty, and this makes this look so glamorous. It's super put together, makes the contour sharp. So you'll see that that just sharpens that up. I'm not going to leave it like that. I'm going to let it sit for a few seconds, and then I'll dust that off. While that's sitting, I want to go ahead and do my blush. I'm using the e.l.f. blush palette in the dark shade, and I'm going to be using this look peachy orange color blush here. I'm going to take that on my Real Techniques blush brush, which is pretty large, and I want this to be really diffused, so this works really well for that. So just going into that color, and I'm going to keep it from right here back like always. I don't want to put this on the apples of my cheeks, just because I'm kind of trying to play on this slimming my face thing, since we got such a strong contour going on. Then I do blend that up towards the apples a little bit, but I don't use any extra product. I just kind of... Now, of course, go back in with the powder brush, blend over that, and then I also will go ahead and blend off that extra powder. Then I'm going to highlight using my Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlighter, and I'm just going to use that on this e.l.f. blush brush. I'm not going to do like a ton of this. I just want it on the highest points of my cheekbones right here. Okay, now I'm going to spray the face and then move back to the eyes to finish them up. All I have to do is finish my lower lash line and my mascara. So I'm going in with this Estee Lauder eyeliner pencil, and this one is in Burgundy Suede, and I'm just going to put this on my lower waterline. I don't normally do something on the waterline, but this really adds to the cat eye effect. Then I'm going to do my mascara. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Voluminous Original, and this is just in Blackest Black. I'm going to do a quick coat of this on my upper and lower lashes, and I'll be right back. Now that I've done my mascara, we're almost finished. First, I'm just going to use an eyebrow gel to set the brows, and this is the Maybelline Brow Drama in Deep Brown, and I want to show you all what I did to mine actually, and I like it a lot better. These come with a really round brush, and I actually cut mine down to how I wanted it, which was more pointy at the end, and it actually works a lot better for me. So just a tip in case you didn't like this. But I'm going to take this, brush it through my brows, and I'm going to brush all the hairs upwards because I want them to have the more feathery eyebrow look. My eyebrows are really long right now. I don't know if you can see that. I will not leave it like this, but this is just what I do first, what I've been doing. Okay, now that your brows look really crazy and you kind of look like a caveman, I just let them sit for just a second like that to dry, and then I go in with a plain spoolie and comb them down just a little bit, but I kind of let them keep that little bit of a feathery appearance. Now the last thing is lips, which is like the focal point of this tutorial for me because I love a dark lip for fall, and I'm so excited for these. I'm just using this NYC lip pencil, And I can't find the shade on it, to be quite honest. It says 955A if that helps you. It's just a really dark burgundy lip pencil. It's more on the brown purple side. And I'm going to use that and line my lips. Okay, now I've lined and kind of really messily filled my lips in, and something that I found to be true for me, I just wanted to mention, is that I really like using like a cheap lip liner like this for doing a dark lip, just because they're more dry and it keeps my lipstick in place more. It might be a little more hard to work with, but a creamy lip liner seems to make mine still kind of fade outside the lip line, and since this is so dark, I think it's really important to use something that you know will stay on. So I really like the Wet n Wild ones, or just any other 99-cent ones that are kind of more on the dry side. I'm just going to take my finger and run over this just to smooth it all out a little bit. Then for my lipstick for this, I'm going to be using this Maybelline matte lipstick in Divine Wine, and I love these so much. They smell delicious, and this one is a really beautiful like dark red burgundy color. I'm just going to apply that, and it's really dark, you'll see. And that's it. This is the finished look. I think it's really pretty, really fall appropriate, super dark and vampy, and it just gets me in the mood for fall. Okay, so that's it for this first fall makeup tutorial of the year. There will be many more of these. Just let me know down below what some colors that you would like me to use for fall. I'm thinking of doing something like in the green family, and then maybe like a plum or purple colored eye look. That's kind of out of my comfort zone, but I definitely want to do some of those just because they are really pretty for this time of year. So I do want to do those. Just let me know some ideas down below. And then I also wanted to say a really quick thank you. I just recently hit 3,000 subscribers on my channel, which is so insane to me because this giveaway that I'm talking about was for 1,000 subscribers, and my subscribers have tripled in the time that that giveaway was going on, which is just seriously so crazy to me. So thank you so much for everyone who subscribed to my channel, who takes the time to watch my videos, and just for all the great feedback. You all are seriously so sweet, and I appreciate it so much. So once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this look, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up. As always, share, comment, and subscribe if you want to. I'd really appreciate it, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye.